I just wanted to jump in here. I got a request to building a gang sheet in Photoshop. So I just want to pop together the quick and dirty of getting one of these built. So I'm here in Photoshop and I'm going to create a new file. Now I have a lot of already saved customs that I use, but since you will be getting started, I'm going to pop together gang sheet, 10 feet. So you need to know how many inches wide your printer can print. So my printer can print 13 inches wide. And I'm going to make my height of my gang sheet 120 inches, so it's a full 10 feet. It's 300 DPI. My color mode is CMYK, as that's what I design most of my images in. And so I've got a transparent background. I want to make sure I've got that, and I'm going to create it. And I get this big, ugly, long strip layer. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open some of my pre-made images. And I have right here Andrew's Shooting Team. That's the prints I'm going to run today. And I'm just going to go ahead and highlight both because I need backs and pockets. And it's going to open up two separate layers. Images, not layers. Okay, so I'm going to start here and I'm going to click on this layer and I'm going to hit Command C on a Mac, Control C on a PC, or you can come up here and click Edit, Copy as you have your layer selected. Then I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to click Paste. So that becomes a new layer. And I'm going to zoom in, and you can either grab this corner and drag it to resize it to the image size that you want, because obviously this is bigger than my gang sheet width. And I know I'm making some big man shirts, so I'm going to make it a full 12 inches. So I type over here and transform the 12. And then I'm going to click right there, and it's going to automatically resize because I have this to make sure that it maintains my sizing. So then I'm just going to drag it all the way up here, and I'm going to zoom out and drag it all the way up here. And then because I want to get very close to the very top and I don't want to waste any of my film, since this is a DTF print, I'm going to zoom in so I can move that around. Okay, so now this is completely sized for a 12-inch print. And then I'm just going to click it and I'm going to copy it again. And as you can see, that made that little click sound, so it's not going to work. So what I do is I have to move back over to that image and then just click back. It's kind of like a glitch or a hang up that Photoshop will do every now and then. And so now, since I just copied that, I'm just going to keep copying, pasting all the way down, or as many as I want. So I've got 3 big man shirts. So now maybe I need some smaller sizes. So I just pull right here. I have one image selected. I'm going to drop it down to 11 inches. Got that fixed. And see, it did it again. For some reason, when you go to resize an image, sometimes it does that. And you just click off and click back on. So now all of my prints are now 11 inches that I'm clicking now, not the original 12-inch ones. So now I have 3 big man, 3 11-inch. And then I'm going to come over here to my pockets, click it. Then I'm going to come back over to my gang sheet. I'm going to pop that in, which as you can see is huge. And I just want to make that a 5-inch pocket. Now, I can either do this to where I've got them lined up side by side, which means I'm only going to get 2 on that line. Or I can rotate this, grab it by the corner and type, and just pull it till it hits that 90 degrees. And see, when I let go, sometimes it kicks back because, I get a little shaky. So what I can come up here is right here in this, that's your angle. I can come in here and just type 90 and it'll automatically fix it. Click the accept and then just drag that however close you want it for your margins. And then we're just going to continue to copy paste and drag as many of those as we need. Now you can do this with multiple images. You don't just have to keep repeating the same image. I just happen to have this many of this image. But you can have crazy amounts of images and you just fill it up until you go all the way to the bottom. And make sure you're leaving yourself a comfortable amount of cutting that you are good with. I have these really teeny tiny precision scissors, and I can literally pull through a very small amount. So I like to save film. Maybe you have bigger scissors, or your eyesight's not as great, so you can't get into those teeny tiny little areas, and you can just move this around how you need to so you have a comfortable strip to cut through. So once I'm done and I have my gang completely filled, I'm going to go up here to File. I'm going to click Export, Export As, because a lot of times this is going to save this in an extremely huge file, and your computer may not have enough memory to do so, or your Google Drive, or however you're going to move this to your printer. I have a Mac. My printer is only compatible with PC, so I have a bare bones PC that I use just to run the printer. So I would export this in a small file, upload it to my Google Drive, and then just pull it over. Or you can throw it on a USB stick. So now this is my Andrew Shooting Team 10-foot gang. Save it however you want, and the place that you want to save it, and then click, save. I have it where I want it. And it might take it a minute, but now I have successfully created a gang, and I can come over here to my desktop in the place that I saved it to, and there is my gang, and I can do a quick look on this, and it's all of there. It's saved out as a transparent background, so I am completely ready to print. And that's the quick and dirty of building a gang in Photoshop.